Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. We're going to do a quick video lesson going over the top plays for tomorrow. Weekend's finally coming to a close, so let's get prepared for it. We got pretty much all of them are multi-day bounces. So we got ATXI, we'll start with that. We had a monster move. This one ended up having a reverse split, so the numbers, the price as you can see is different. That breakout level was 60 cents. But yeah, so we got stuff there, and here we are. Huge pullback after a strong move going from 3 to 9. I forgot what it was then. I just have to divide by 15. Whatever that is, whatever cent that is. Now it's going to be dealing with these dollar amounts, but it ran that percentage that we're looking for, and now we got the pullback. So shorts in control. Let's wait for the bottom to come in and momentum shift, looking for high day breaks and demand to really start picking up for the bounce plays. And this is going to be one of them. Then we got BCAN. This one has been on watch. Solid gap up that one day and just fade from there. Couple bounces here and there, as you can see with some of the candlesticks. They got long wicks to the upside, and this one here to both sides, kind of showing some indecision as we talked about after a one-sided move downwards. Here we are trying to hold the mid threes. Let's see if we could do it. Volume is fading near a whole dollar, half dollar area, way off the highs. I think it's due for a bounce. I could be wrong. Obviously, it's at 370s. Still not near zero. It could keep going lower. We don't know how low it could go, but just be patient and look for that high day break with the strong demand. And at times, you're gonna mistime it, or it could be a fake out or whatnot. But stick to your rules, cut your losses when you need to, and live to see another day. You'll have another opportunity later on some of these plays. If on the way down you're getting faked out here and there, when the real play does come, if you do cut your losses efficiently, you will be able to walk away profitable. It's happened to me many times. I just make a killing on the main trade that works out, and then I've had a couple of small losses on the way down. SPRO, another one. This one was on watch for a bounce play on this day, or this past week. I ended up taking it off my main watch list, and then we got this massive gap up and move. So huge bounce play, took off for hundreds of percent. If I remember correctly, I think it was up like 200 or so. And now we got that pullback. New, fresh batch of shorts are in this thing. People expecting it to go down. Just as usual, looking for that bounce play. We got a first red day. Shorts are in control is what it's showing us. So from here on out, we're going to keep looking at it for a potential bounce play. I hope it does not do something that it did before, where it just faded and faded and faded and took a couple weeks of fading before it started bouncing and gave us this monster bounce. But keep this on watch. Same deal with SOBR. Another insane move. We're going from 1 to the low 3s. Now showing some indecision, low volume, some long wicks here. Just showing that it's having a hard time pushing lower. Sellers are not in control as they were just a couple days ago. And we're roughly 50% off from the highs. Should be due for a bounce here as well. So another decent opportunity setting up with SOBR for a bounce play. And then SLNG, one last one here. This one took off from the low 5s, got to the low 12s, and now we're trying to hold 7. See if 7 ends up being the whole dollar, half dollar area that it holds. But nonetheless, it's got fading volume. It's just about 50%, a little bit lower. But yeah, so just looking for the failure to break down. As with all these multi-day bounces, when shorts are in control, you got the backside is going to be due for a bounce eventually. And of course, not all of them bounce. We have seen that where we might have, say, 5 strong plays in a week or two, but over the next week or two, when we're looking for bounce plays, you might only get 3 really good ones, and then maybe 2 that were either weak or just didn't even happen. That does happen. So we do have to take into account some of the possibilities, and not that this is a for sure thing to happen, but we do have a high odds chance that this does end up working out. One of these does, at least. So yeah, we'll keep those multi-day bounces in mind. Those are the only ones I'm watching. Got a couple other plays I'm not too crazy about. Maybe beat. That one looks not too bad. And then there were a couple other plays that, from Friday that were looking good. But this one here, as you can see, ABCT starting to show some bottoming and bouncing, but looks like it's getting stuffed. And then LITM, there was a couple other plays where something like this, where I want to look at it as a previous high day break. It's something that I usually would look for as a previous high day break. But in this market environment, with markets crashing, plays aren't there as much, not lasting, not going as far as we usually see. With volume like that, I don't know if in this market environment this is sustainable. So I will keep it on the back burner. But some of these plays, what's another one? ATXI. Here's another one. It's near the bottom. I want to look at it as a previous high day break. If it could continue to push higher, shorts fail to break it down. It's just this kind of volume in this market environment. I just combining them and the history of this stock, I just don't know. I don't think it's high odds that these plays will continue. I think these volume levels are not sustainable, at least for now. We could probably see it in a week in hindsight and be like, wow, it got to 100-something million shares on the day traded. That could happen. But considering the market environment we're in, I'm not sure that's going to happen. So I'm deciding to put a lot of these first green day plays that I typically look at for previous high day breaks just on the back burner. In this market environment, we're going to be a little picky. I know I only traded one thing this past week, BCAN, on one of the bounces that ended up being a fake out. So I have been trading a lot less. I would say I went too far the other way. There were a couple opportunities. I could have traded a couple other times throughout the week, but I didn't. And that's probably on me for being too patient and too cautious. But I honestly rather err on the side of caution in market times like these, where you got less plays. And we know that there's the ebb and flow of markets. We see that where we get a couple weeks, couple months maybe, where we're actually taking off. Opportunities are there every day, multiple times a day. And then we're going to have times like these where, things are pulling back. Not as much opportunity. Shorts are more in control. So be patient, preserve your money, and wait to see another day. Wait to see another day trading to grow your account. Whether it's in a month from now, couple months, couple weeks, whatever the case is, the market will come back in our favor as long as. So try not to blow your money until then. Be smart. Maybe take a break and study. Maybe take a break and just gather data. Whatever you need to do, be patient. Be smart about how you approach this market, because we're getting some cracking. We're heading to, at least the overall market is heading to new lows almost. Just above year lows. Based off this chart, it's looking like it really wants to head lower. So we might be due for that recession people are always talking about. It's been years and years and years, and who knows how much higher we can go. This might be the one to really bring it back. But regardless, we're going to be patient. We're going to do what we do, just maybe not at the scale as what we usually do. And when the momentum shifts back to the bull side, we'll be ready. We'll have the lessons from a bear market and whatnot to make us stronger. So I'll just wrap it up there. I feel like I'm talking too much. Hope everyone had a great weekend, studied up, learned something, and is refreshed and ready to go for this new week. So we'll catch you guys later, and have a great rest of your day.